Let's open this. Let's go to game passes. Boom, like that. Ooh, potions, rockets, rubies. So this is pretty good. Welcome back, guys, to a new Roblox tutorial. Today we're going to be working on a scroll focus tutorial. So if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like what you kind of see on some games where they have like a scroll frame, like on a shop or any other frame, and they have like different access buttons where if you click it, it will scroll to that section of the scrolling frame. If I can, I'll show you like a video of how kind of that works, and that's basically what we're going to be doing in this video. So it's a very simple and short tutorial I'm going to be doing. So let's get started. Let's start with screen UI, and let's insert a text button. So we'll make this scaled. So we'll do so the position is already scaled, so don't worry about this. The size, let's make this, oops, uh, let's do like, let's do 1.1.1, and let's put a UI aspect ratio constraint, so it's square, and then we'll add a UI stroke. Where is this? UI stroke, and then UI corner. Okay, this is good. And then if you want, we can put a UI gradient here. Oops. Okay. Make this a quick little gradient here, like this. This looks nice. Let's put the rotation to 90. And then we won't put a text button here. Actually, we should just put an image button. We don't actually have to. We can put an image inside of it. So let's make this text nothing. And then let's make this like a yellow color for the shop. So right now we're just making the shop. So I'll put like a time frame where you can skip this if you already have your GUI set up. Okay. UI stroke will be border. Then we'll make this pretty thick. We'll make it match the color. So like this. And this is good enough. UI corner, let's make this a bit bigger. 20, I think this is good. It's a bit big, but you can make it smaller. Drag it, so it should be scaled. That's good. Let's add an image for the thing. So let's do 0.8. All right, so you can see this 0.8, 0.8 on the scaled, and then 0.5 anchor point, 0.5, 0.5, and then the position will be 0.5, 0.5, like that. Okay, make the background transparent, and I do have let me use my own image right here. So use this. This looks good. All right. What was my image? But it was my coworker's my builder's icon that he owned. So that's pretty good. So now let's add the frame. Okay, should be a frame. Yeah, frame like this. So let's do 0.5, 0.5. A bit too long, so shorten this on the x-axis. Let's do 0.4. Then we'll do 0.5, 0.5 like this. Make the anchor point 0.5. This is good. So add the same stuff here. Just UI stroke in the UI corner. Here, let's call this shop. Okay. The UI stroke, let's make this kind of like a bit grayish, and make this even thicker. All right, so this is the shop. We can put a text label if you want to say this is the shop. Okay, so let's make this 0.5, 0.2. It might be a bit too big. Let's make this 0.3, and then let's make the text scaled. For the shop, make it bold, Verdoka, text scaled, text color, make the background transparent, and put a UI stroke again in here. Make this contextual, make this black. All right, this is good. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. So let's go to the rotate. Where is this? So let's rotate this at 5. This is good enough. Or like -5. Okay. And now we're pretty much good. So what we need next, most importantly, is obviously the scrolling frame and the easy access frame, which when you click on it, each one will have a specified section in the shop in the scrolling frame. So let's make a scrolling frame. Okay. Oops. That's not scrolling frame. Scrolling frame. So let's make this 0.9. 0.9 like this. Make this anchor point 0.5. Let me see. Where is this? Background transparent equals true. We're gonna increase the canvas size a little bit. In my case, we're gonna add like around 4. Background with canvas size. Scroll bar thickness. Let's make this even thinner. And obviously we have to put this in the middle, so do 0.5, 0.5 for the position. I think this is good enough. Make this a little bit down, so we'll do. Actually, okay, hold on. Oops, not like that. This is good enough, I think. Alright, so now let's make the easy access frame. So we're gonna copy and paste this. But obviously we don't need all of this. We'll just need. We'll call this easy access frame. Easy access frame. We'll put this on like 1.2. Nope, sorry. On the y-axis 1.2 like this. Some might be a bit. Okay. Let's make the size like 75, 0, and then like 1. Might be 2. And then let's make it 6. Make this 1.2. This is good. Actually, let's make this a bit longer. Oops, sorry. It's 7. Alright, that's good enough. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add all the buttons. So we're gonna have 5 sections. We're gonna have the home button right here, the home section. We're gonna have the game passes section, the boosters or potions, the wings, and I think there's the gems section too. So these are all like for our games that I'll let you know what it is about later in this video. So we'll put a UI list layout. List layout. Where is this? List layout. Okay. So now don't worry about the padding right now. Horizontal alignment will be, let's see, vertical or alignment center, and then horizontal alignment. Hold a second. Fill direction should be horizontal. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So let's put it. Image frame now for the buttons. Image buttons. Sorry, I meant. So we'll do 0.8, and then let's do 0.2. Oops, I did not. 0.2, 0.8. Sorry, I am getting these wrong. Actually, let's put a UI constraint here. There, it's better. It's better. All right. You know what I should do instead? We're gonna make another frame inside of this. Oops. Okay. Actually, what we're gonna do instead is make another frame in here. Let's call this holder. And then. Oh, okay. Sorry. We're not gonna need any of this except for the list layout. So we're gonna do. So this folder right here, we're gonna put it in the middle. So, so on the position, we'll do 0.5, 0.5, and then size, we'll do 1, 1, but we'll actually decrease it. Let's see how it looks first. So this is okay. We're gonna decrease on the x-axis, so 0.9, and it's centered in the middle. So this is what we need. Background transparent. Okay, and now we can put the images. So should, yeah, we just need a bit of padding for the buttons. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, padding would be, so on the X will be like 0.05. Yeah, that's good enough. That's almost good. Okay, that's perfect. Now we have the padding. So for each one of these, we'll have the section, the buttons for the corresponding section. So the first one will be home. Second will be game passes. Okay, and then third boosters or potions, then rockets, then lastly rubies. Okay, now let's put corresponding images to that. You can add whatever image you want. So we'll put this here. So this. There's one for home. And then there's one for Game Pass. There we go. Okay. And then lastly, boosters. That's good enough. You can make this curved, I guess. I mean, it's white, but you can make, if you want, you can make the background transparent as well. But this is good enough. I like this. I like this. Looks nice. All right. So now we have this frame. So now we add in the scrolling frame what we need. And in this case, for the scrolling frame, what we need is sections. So you can do this on your own, but just to, deal with the time, I have my own sections that I made from a previous game. So let me show you. So this should look good. All right, there you go. So if you're wondering where I got this from, actually this is a bit too squashed. So we're gonna increase the where is this? The canvas to about 8. All right, this looks good. So if you're wondering where this is from a game I was working on. Me and my builder friend Sensu, aka the One Rodev. So if you're actually interested, I'll leave a link to the game in the description. And there's also a devlog that my friend made, my builder, Rodev made. So check that out in the description. I'll link that in the description as well. So he's a pretty entertaining YouTuber as well. So check that out. Pretty cool. Anyways, back to the video. So we have this, and each of these is a different section. It's separated basically by different frames. So for example, the boosters, as you can see, the borders, this is one frame. Home is one frame. Game passes is one frame. This is using a UI grid layout. This one is using a UI list layout. This one is a UI list layout too. This might be a bit stretched. And this one is using like a, I guess, manual thing. Okay, so where's this here? Let's make this 7.5 maybe. Yeah, this looks a bit better. Okay. All right. So we still haven't done the actual scroll frame part, but we set up a pretty cool shop system, so it's pretty cool. So it's almost like a shop tutorial. But last thing we need is to make this work, and we're pretty much good. And then we'll get started on the actual script for the scroll focus. So we're just gonna make it a simple script. I'm not gonna have can make it look good, but okay. So local shop frame goes equal. Before that, we'll do local button equals script dot parent, and then button dot parent dot shop. Shop frame dot position equal udem2 dot new. This will set a new position. So we'll do so its original position is 0.5 on the x-axis. If I'm not wrong. Okay, and then we'll set the at y like below the screen. Okay, let's do like 1.4. This will automatically set it by default to the below the screen because it's not going to appear automatically to the front. Have to wait for the player to click on it. So we'll do a button, the mouse button, one and click, connect, oops, connect, function, then shop frame. The first, we can make a variable for this, or we can just do like shop frame, the visible equal, actually we'll check if shop frame that visible, then else. Okay, shop frame between position into that new 0.50, 0.50. I think that's good. Into using style, using direction first, and then using style. We'll put sign, and then 0.3 is good. Okay. This is if it's not visible, so we'll do if not. We'll make it visible. Then otherwise, make this visible. Otherwise, shop frame equals false, but we don't want to make it automatically false. We'll have to wait until it tweens so the player can see the animation. And we'll do wait 0.3. Okay, and then we'll move it down to the screen, like how you originally did. Okay. All right. All right. So they should work. All right. Don't mind these errors. This was just from the previous scripts, because I just copy and paste it. Okay. So oops. Yeah. So if you spam it, I was just gonna kind of break, but it's not. Okay. Let's see. There you go. This is good. But oops. Yeah. Set this to false at first. That's why it was kind of buggy at first. But yeah, pretty nice. All right, so obviously, like the buttons don't work because we haven't scripted them, but we have this nice UI made by my boy Sensu. So shout out to him. Check out his channel. And we're gonna script the ID access frame. Now this is actually a pretty short script, so what we're gonna do is gonna do a local script here. I do have to, well, I'll let you know later, but basically this is kind of, you might have to play with this, but I don't know. Anyways, local main equals script parent. So this is the easy access frame, and you want to go through the folder and go through every one of these. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then we'll map them to, basically we'll map them to each one of these. And once we detect when any of one of these are clicked, it will find the corresponding name, and for that frame it will basically zoom into it. Now the math for it is a bit weird, but I used someone else's I forgot, but it was someone on the dev forum that he helped me do this. Well, I'm gonna show him on the screen because I think I kind of used his own thing. It was a bit different, but all right, I kind of made it my own for this tutorial, so yeah, that's where I got the math from. So pretty self-explanatory. So local main sort of parent scrolling frame is where it holds all the frames, the section. Main dot parent dot scrolling frame. Okay, so now let's loop through the, actually let's loop through the holder here. So for I, and then button pairs main dot holder get children do. Let's go through all of them. Now first we need to make sure this is an image button, because the UI list layout is also in here. We don't want to the player can't click on this. It's just, so it's going to cause an error, so let's make sure. So if this button is a image button, then or what we can do is do this is more like intuitive, but usually what I do is do if not, then we continue, so we ignore it. So if it's not an image button, then we ignore this. Otherwise, if it's an image button, then we can detect the click. So if button dot mouse button one click connect function. All right, there we go. Let me see. Okay. So now we have access to the frame, the scrolling frame. We'll find this. We'll find the corresponding frame for this button. So for example, if it's home, then we find it in the scrolling frame. So to do that would be local target frame equals scrolling frame, and then find first child button dot name. All right. So if not target frame, then return. So we want to make sure that there's actually a target, there's a corresponding frame for it. So now we need to make it so the scrolls down to the section. So the thing for this is a bit confusing, so just bear with me. So yeah, remove this script. So we'll do target position equal vector 3, sorry, not vector 3, vector 2. This is a 2D plane, that new. So on the x-axis, it will be 0. And then we need the y-axis, because since the x is obviously, we're only scrolling down, so it's only going to change on the y-axis. So for that, we'll do scrolling frame, the absolute canvas size, dot y, and then we'll multiply this by the target, which is the target frame to position dot y dot scale. It's a bit confusing, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully understand this as well, but we're gonna try this. So what this does, it maps it. The absolute canvas y is the property that you would see right here. It's an absolute canvas size, or sorry, it's in position, or yep, size dot y, so it would be on here. So as you can see, it doesn't change. For some reason, I think does it only change in, well, the canvas position is what we want to set it to. So as you can see, it changes. So that's what we're going to set it to. So once we have that, we'll do scrolling frame dot canvas size. Sorry, not canvas size. It's canvas position. Okay. And then we'll equal to target plus. All right. And I think this is pretty much it. This kind of gets the basics. There's a few stuff we might want to do, but we're gonna actually test this first. Okay, so go on here. We go on like game passes. As you can see, it brings us to game passes. There we go. Potions, rockets, and rubies. Now you might realize, you might notice that it's kind of don't want it to be right in the middle of the frame, so we might just need to offset it a little bit, but it's okay. Now it might be because of how I kind of arrange the frames. Some have like bigger gaps than others, which might be the reason why. So it might be different for you, but for me, I kind of want it to offset it a little bit. Actually, no, I think you should offset it a little bit anyways. So how I actually figured this out, which is not from the original guide that gave us this math operation right here. To offset it, you do target pause, not target pause, but target frame, the absolute size dot y, and then you'll subtract a fraction of it. So what I did, what I think worked good for me, like you can do 2, which I don't think it's necessarily it's too much. So you don't want to subtract too much. So divided by 4 would be good. So you subtract a quarter of the side, which might be good, but might be too much. So we'll actually test this right now. Okay. So if we go on, oops, my mouse is acting weird right now. Oops. Oops, you have to put this in here. I have to put this inside the vector. Okay. Okay. There you go. So now you can see the header of it. It's a bit too much, but it works. So if it subtracts a bit too much, it goes too much up, we'll increase it like a little bit. So like it's divided by 7. So this will decrease the amount it gets subtracted to. So this is pretty good. So obviously, as you can see, it works. Now it's much better than before. So this gives us all of this. All right. So now what we want to do is obviously we kind of want to make it smooth, and we kind of want to animate it because it doesn't look that nice. So we're going to add a tween. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. So local tween service equals game get service local ti equals tweening.new, and the time, so this is going to be like 0.1 really. Enum the easing style dot enum the easing direction dot out, and this is pretty good. So now all we need to do is do ts create a tween, and the instance will be the scrolling frame. Okay, and then tween info is the ti info we created, and then the goal, the property table will be canvas position equals target pause. Okay, and now we don't need this. Okay, and lastly, play the animation. So I think we're pretty much good. Pretty much good to go. Let's open this. Let's go to game passes. Boom, like that. Ooh, potions, rockets, rubies. So this is pretty good. Only thing, this is a bit too fast. Let's actually make this slower. Let's make this like 3. Actually, no, I think it's too fast. Okay. All right, let's see. Nice. There we go. Potions, rockets, rubies. Let's say you want to go back to home. There you go. Back to home. Game passes. Potions. There you go. No, this is pretty much it for this tutorial. If this really helped you out, please leave a like, subscribe. And honestly, this is kind of a niche tutorial, I feel. So I don't know if it helps you. It helps you. And I think I kind of enjoyed making this tutorial because it's pretty fun to make. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if it helped you a lot. Join our Discord server. We do events and stuff like that. And definitely check out the One Rodev and our game out. This game that has this GUI, the Rocket game. It's called Rocket Legends. So I don't know if I even said that, but yeah, it's called Rocket Legends. So check it out in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.